Hi everybody, I'm Melissa. Thank you so much for following along as I explore the unique charm of Japan's Takarazuka Revue. So in the last episode, I spoke about the Takarazuka Music School, the private school that all actresses must first attend before stepping out on the Takarazuka stage. In this week's episode, I'm going to be looking at a very important book as I attempt to answer the question, what is Takarazuka Otome? So I'll be giving an introduction to what Otome is, as well as explaining why it's such an important part of every Takarazuka fan's library. So first, what is Takarazuka Otome? Well, it's essentially like a reference book or directory released annually, usually around in April, by the Takarazuka Revue company. It features the profiles of every Takarazuka actress active at the date of release, so it's a bit like a Takarazuka actress Bible. Essentially, if there's an actress you're interested in, Otome is the first place to look to get a general sense of their profile. I haven't been able to find out when Otome was first published, however I have seen covers dating all the way back to the 1950s, so it certainly has a long history. The actresses' profiles in Otome are separated in accordance with their troupe. So first is Senka, then Flower, Moon, Snow, Star and Cosmos, with the final section reserved for recent graduates from the Takarazuka Music School who have not yet been sorted into troupes. The front cover of Otome always features a photo of a top actress, usually a top star, and there is a well-known jinx. According to this jinx, an actress who appears on the front cover of Otome will soon announce her retirement. So, if we look at this year, the front cover is Tamaki Ryo, current top star of the Moon troupe, who is set to retire next year. And if we look at last year's Otome, the front cover was Nozomi Futo, current top star of the Snow troupe, who is set to retire this year. And if we look at the 2018 Otome, the front cover was Kurenai Yuzuru, then top star of the Star troupe, who went on to retire in 2019. So this jinx has a really long history in Takarazuka, but I'm guessing more than a jinx, it's probably the case that the Takarazuka Revue company has some idea of an actress's impending retirement, and gracing the front cover of Otome acts like a really nice final send-off. That, or it could just be a coincidence. The actresses who are chosen to appear on the front cover of Otome will be those who have really excelled, and it's simply the nature of Takarazuka that top stars graduate while still in their prime. So within each troupe section, actresses are ordered according to their length of time with the Takarazuka Revue company. This really does give you some indication about how important length of service is within Takarazuka. So the front page for each troupe will feature the two longest serving actresses in the troupe. Often, although not always, this will be the kumicho and fuku kumicho, the manager and vice manager of each troupe, which I spoke about in episode 13. Following on from this, actresses who have been performing with Takarazuka for 8 or more years will get half a page each for their profile. Then, actresses who have been performing with Takarazuka for between 4 to 7 years will get a quarter page for their profile, and actresses who have been performing for 1 to 3 years with Takarazuka will get 1/6 of a page for their profile. So if you've watched episode 11, where I spoke about the Shinjin Koen or rookie performance, you might notice some similarities. In the Shinjin Koen, only actresses who have been performing with Takarazuka for 7 or less years are able to appear. Essentially, the point after 7 years is really important for actresses in terms of their contract with the Takarazuka Revue company. This could be something I get into in another episode. Another interesting point about this ordering system is it means the top star and top musumeaku won't be the first two profiles listed in their troupe. Actually, because many musumeaku will have performed with Takarazuka for 7 or less years, they may have quite small profiles. For example, Maisora Hitomi is currently top musumeaku of the Star troupe. However, she only joined Takarazuka in 2016, so she has a fairly small profile. There's no special markings to indicate who the top star and top musumeaku are of each troupe, so if you didn't know, you could probably quite easily miss their profiles. That being said, every year the back of Otome features large colour profiles of the top star and top musumeaku of every troupe. One last thing to note about the ordering system is, as I mentioned, every year Otome also includes the profiles of new graduates from the Takarazuka Music School. One interesting thing is that these actresses are ordered in accordance with their grades upon graduating from the music school. So the first listed actress will have graduated top of her class and so on. So let's take a closer look at the information included in the actresses' profiles. Every year, all actresses are asked a set of 15 fixed, simple questions. These questions are the same every year, but some actresses' answers do vary year to year. Actually, it can sometimes be really interesting to compare an actress's profiles across various years to get a sense of how their personality has developed during their time with Takarazuka. So the answers to 6 of the 15 questions will be included in every actress's profiles. Those are her birthday, not including her birth year, her hometown, her junior high school, her height, the year and name of her first Takarazuka production, and her nickname. For the remaining 9 questions, only the answers to some will be included in an actress's profile. These questions are the actress's favourite roles performed so far, a role the actress wants to try playing, her hobby, what items she collects, her favourite flower, favourite colour, favourite food, special skill, and how she chose her stage name. So while the questions are fairly limited and rigid, there are plenty of opportunities for actresses to showcase their personalities if they so wish. I tend to think most actresses take one of a few different approaches to Otome. Some actresses take quite a rigid approach, providing limited information and avoiding disclosing anything that might be considered personal, leaving their profile fairly short. Other actresses focus on the performance part, giving a long list of roles they've enjoyed and roles they want to try playing in the future. And some other actresses provide a lot of really fun, more personal answers. Obviously, I like to read the profiles with a lot of more fun, individualistic answers. However, there is something to be said for actresses maintaining a very cool, untouchable vibe by providing limited information. In Otome, you'll also see some fairly standard answers across different profiles. For example, to the question of what role an actress has enjoyed so far, many actresses will answer something along the lines of, "I have enjoyed all of the roles I've performed so far." Very diplomatic, right? And to the question of what role they want to try playing in the future, many actresses will say something like, "I want to try many different roles." And to the question of how they came up with their stage name, most actresses will say they consulted with their family members and/or mentors. But where actresses provide more individualistic answers, that's where Otome gets really interesting. In particular, the question of what role an actress wants to try playing really can reveal a lot about the kind of actress they want to be. For example, a lot of actresses will describe the type of role they want to play. I think my favourite is Mana Haruto, an otokoyaku in the Snow Troupe, who says she wants to play a villain, a character who puts their life on the line for another, and a crazy person. Some other actresses will also describe the particular role they want to try playing. For example, Akira, currently Nibante of the Flower Troupe, has been saying for a few years that she wants to try playing Gatsby in The Great Gatsby. I think it's really interesting to think about what it is about an actress's personality that draws them to a particular character or type of role. It's also really great if in the future you see that actress play that particular role or type of character in a future performance. You really get the sense that the actress is truly living out their dream. Another interesting thing with Otome is that by reading through, you can get a sense of some general trends in Takarazuka. So for example, by far the favourite flowers are cherry blossoms and roses, while in terms of colour, kind of predictably, many otokoyaku like blue, while pink and yellow seem to be preferred by musumeyaku. Many musumeyaku list their hobby as collecting accessories, while a lot of otokoyaku list driving, which does present a very cool masculine image. By far the most popular hobby is watching movies and theatre. However, many actresses also report enjoying visiting Disneyland and Universal Studios. You'll often read in magazines that actresses have attended one of the parks the day after finishing a production. In terms of favourite food, that's where there's a lot of variation, but you do see many musumeyaku talk about liking fruits, while it seems like otokoyaku really like meat. The special skills section contains some of the most interesting answers, including some things I could have never imagined would count as special skills. For example, Akine Hikaru, an otokoyaku in the Cosmos troupe, lists her special skill as evenly cutting birthday cakes, while Kazuki Sora, also an otokoyaku in the Cosmos troupe, says her special skill is putting in eye drops. Any actress who can come up with such a unique special skill is instantly super lovable, right? Alongside the profile information, a photo or photos of the actress will be included. The number of photos depends on the length of time the actress has spent with Takarazuka. So an actress who has been with Takarazuka for 8 or more years will get 2 photos, their official Otome photo and a photo taken from the program of a production of the previous year. Actresses who have been with Takarazuka for less than 8 years will only have their official Otome photo. So this official photo is really interesting because all actresses are required to wear fairly minimal makeup and have their hair a black or dark brown natural looking colour. Throughout the year, most Takarazuka actresses will dye their hair many different colours and generally appear in extravagant hair, makeup and costumes. So the Otome photo is a really unique opportunity to see them looking more natural. In terms of the stage photo, there does seem to be a preference for taking photos from a revue. So these are performances where there's a lot of dancing and singing as opposed to performing as a character. There's pretty good reason for this. In a revue photo, an actress will simply look like a more glamorous version of themselves, whereas a character photo can be kind of wild, featuring old people makeup, beards, etc. However, if that troupe hasn't performed a revue the previous year, or the actress didn't appear in the revue for whatever reason, you will see a character photo used instead. By the way, while Otome is really a book for actresses' profiles, there's always a lot of other really fun information in there, including information on Takarazuka's history, list of musicals performed, and a list of actresses whose family members were or are in Takarazuka. So that is Takarazuka Otome. It's an incredibly entertaining book which I really recommend anyone with an interest in Takarazuka pick up. It's so much fun to get insight into different actresses' personalities, and I especially love the feeling of seeing an actress on stage and then rushing home to go and check their profile in Otome to find out a little more about them. In next week's episode, I'm going to be looking at the Takarazuka star system as I attempt to answer the question, how is a Takarazuka production cast? I really hope you'll tune in. And if you've been enjoying this series so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care. Bye.